Thank you for the $2. Impression of Conor on how he would beat Ilia. Just slap that bleeding nose off him, yeah? What about Sonic Burger? I forgot about Sonic Burger. I do have to try sometime. The great Sonic Burger. I don't think I could die happy if I haven't tried a Sonic Burger. But I'm seeing Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicious. Or Jazdavicious. UFC Vancouver. Wow. Shocking. Amazing. Hulk Hogan died, mate. Oh, another one drops. Oh, that's what I just saw. I just saw some black dude like crying about it on Twitter because he said some racist shit. When was Hulk Hogan born? I was wondering what that was. You just this black dude crying about it on Twitter, that how affected they were by Hulk Hogan's words. I didn't even realize. When was he born? 1953. He had a good run. 71 years. What, bro said some racist shit in the 70s? Ooh, shiver me timbers, dude. Thank you for the $2. McGill Chair, appreciate you. Impression of Joe Rogan getting R-worded by a bear. You're just a ball of muscle. God, bring up that video of me being pegged by a bear, Jamie. An Albanian not caring about the crimes of Jones, but hating him for the homosexuality antics is extremely on brand. I know, yeah. That's very, very true. Classic Albanian move. But if you tell him that John Jones was selling drugs at some point, then he's right back on board. You know what I'm saying? Impression of McGregor sending Ian Garry a voice message of what he's going to do to Ian's wife. Oh, yeah, Sean O'Malley was sending me voice messages the other day. Impression of McGregor sending Ian Garry a voice message. And it's going to be the greatest cock your wife has ever seen. And I'm going to make you balance on the end of it. Thank you for the 5. Thoughts on Frank Mir's daughter wanting to fight Brock Lesnar's daughter to finish their dad's trilogy? Sign us up. Dude, that sounds like a fucking battle of the ages. What do you think of Mixed Martial Academic? I think he's cool. We were supposed to do a documentary a while ago, but it all broke down. I'm worried about this documentary he's doing on me because he says I'm some kind of industry plant, so it could be a massive flop. But hopefully he's nice. We'll see. Just tuned in. Why You Angry 5. Imagine Coldplay catching Guru and Nina on the screen. That would never happen. Thoughts on JIRI'S next fight? I like the Khalil Roundtree fight. I wonder what they're doing with Carlos Ulberg, but maybe they got something planned in Perth with him. But, I don't know. Thank you for the $2. I'm intrigued by JIRI versus Roundtree, of course. It's an epic fight. Impression of Dana and John trying to get in the wardrobe while Conor is lifting. Come on, Conor, let us in. It's our alone time. Thank you for the fire. $10. Owen, if Whittaker loses, I might cry and it will ruin my whole weekend. Also, thoughts on the NELK boys losing all credibility for a Netanyahu interview and having Nick Fuentes telling them how fucked up that was? We're truly in a simulation, dude. NELK boys getting cancelled for a Netanyahu interview and bringing on Nick Fuentes to save them from cancellation. It's happening, boys. It's all happening, boys. No problem having Nick Fuentes on. But, hey, Netanyahu, leader of Israel, get cancelled, bitch. Have Nick Fuentes on and you'll be all right. What a weird world we're in right now, dude. It changed so quickly. It's great. Thank you for the $10. I don't really care that they interviewed Netanyahu, though. They just, yeah, I mean, it's a big interview for them. And this is big controversy. And they're just going to do that anyway. It doesn't really matter. There's no bad press, is there? They probably knew that they were going to get fucking roasted for it, but just did it anyway. Thank you for the $5. If you have DDP beating Hamzat, who do you have beating DDP eventually? I think a Mavov could. Thank you for the $5. I think a Mavov's got a really nasty style to do it. So that's who. Or Reina Derrida himself. In a goofy-on-goofy matchup. You dig? Or I could see a situation where Drickus moves up eventually, gets finished at light heavy, and then maybe isn't the same at middleweight. Thank you, Migucha. Chris Barnett versus Big Hamdi. IKRAM versus Yun Yong Park for the Abu Dhabi card. Sounds good. Thank you for the 2. Thank you for the $5, sorry. IKRAM versus Yun Yong Park is a sick fight, to be fair. Chael showing Trump Conor's pick at the White House pay-per-view. I just can't stop looking at it. I really can't. I really can't. I really can't. I can't stop. And this is the thing. This is a very real thing. I just can't stop staring at his cock. I really can't. I really can't. Thank you for the $2. Say Vulcan Ozdemir in Sean Connery's voice. His name is Vulcan Ozdemir. Thank you for the $2. Some shit like that, right? Arman versus Ilia percentage split for who would win. Ilia 60-40. Thoughts on Wonderboy being in the and especially if Arman takes it after all this time off. I don't want it to be like, oh, Arman's out for years. Just get in the fucking cage and prove you're still the fucking top dog, and then we'll have you fight. Thoughts on Wonderboy being in the Epstein files? Wonderboy being in the Epstein files. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Can we get a patented Peter Yan furious battle cry? Impression of coked up Conor seeing Mikey Musumeci and Steve Erceg exchange suspicious backpacks. Alright. Mate, I know you got some fucking weights in there, yeah? You got loads of weights in there. They gave NELK boys scripted questions. Yeah, but they didn't say that they were pre-scripted when they were first getting grilled on it. They only said that when they were doing the stream afterwards, so I don't know what's true. Did you see Shane roast Jon Jones? What are the ESPYs? I didn't see it, no. ULBERG is probably fighting Reyes in Australia. That would make some sense. That would make a lot of sense. SAG mod, a good old Garry's mod, eh? I think we should refer to bad fighters with cardio as gassy. Okay. But gassy would assume that they have a lot of gas, though. So I don't know about that. Thank you for the £5. Have you noticed how fighters that come from other organizations with established careers tend to have unique styles that do well? Yuri, RDR, DDP. Yeah, it does seem that way, right? I wouldn't say DDP had that much of an established career in other organizations compared to RDR and Yuri. But yeah, I do agree. They do seem a bit goofy on average. Even Gamrot. You know, we didn't really see that style of things before he came over from KSW. Impression of Alex Jones interviewing D and Nikita Hand. Here's a fucking thing, you guys. I don't know what he's doing. You're all fucking witches. Hear me out. UFC Spain, Ilia versus Islam, MERAB versus Pantoja. Sounds good. Sounds very good. I don't know why they'd put MERAB and Pantoja on there, but that does sound good. But no, don't. No. In fact, no. Fucking dog shit, old Spain ain't getting 2 of those fights. Fuck off. That ain't happening. Sorry. Spain ain't getting that. Spain can get Ilia Gaethje or some shit. They ain't getting Ilia versus Makhachev in Spain. Fuck off. Sorry. What the fuck has Spain done for the past 20 years? Fuck off. Thank you for the $2. Prime Gus versus Alex 205. Sure. Alex would win. Remember, you can't spell Jew without you. Okay. Impression of Chael mesmerized by the belly of Gaziev. I just can't stop looking at his belly. I really can't. I really can't. How do you think Aspinall would match up against Ankalaev if Ank won and moved up to heavyweight? Much love, Guru. Aspinall would beat him. I reckon Aspinall would quite easily beat him and outmuscle him. If you give a physicality advantage over Ankalaev, which is rare at light heavyweight, I think he would be in some deep shit. But it would be worrying, but Ankalaev just don't have respect to get. He doesn't have the power to get respect off Tom like that, you know. Thank you for the $5. Impression of Mikey Musumeci not wanting to show Conor's lifting weights. Pick to anyone else in BJJ class. Nobody gets to see this but me. This is going to go on the inside of my locker. Could Mikey Musumeci beat anyone at all in the UFC? No. Just finished wrestling. Sup. Very funny. Impression. I'm sorry about Ozzy. I know that's like the UK's 2-pack. Not really. I mean, I'm upset about it, but it doesn't. I don't really think about it too much. It's just like, oh, Ozzy Osbourne's in my fucking recommended again. You know what I mean? He's trending. I don't know. I don't really care. What the fuck happened to Jan Blachowicz? Just disappeared. He's old, man. And he lost to ULBERG, and that was a pretty forgettable fight, even though he should have won it. But yeah. Do you think Reyes might fight Hill or ULBERG? The one Reyes doesn't fight faces Rakic. Yeah. Not Hill. No, Hill's not going in there with a Dominic Reyes right now. ULBERG might be the one, yeah. Thank you for the 5. And then they do Rakic versus Azamat Mirzakhanov. Hello, Alicia. There you go. Northants. Sam Mayer is so amazing, it's crazy. Thanks for your time, Piggy. Okay. I don't know what that is. Netanyahu, a literal war criminal with millions of kids' blood on his hands. Where you're born shouldn't allow yourself to not show compassion to that. What are we saying? Netanyahu, a literal war criminal, like most other presidents in the world, though. But I get it. That he's doing it blatantly en masse. Millions of kids' blood on his hands. Welcome to the club. Where you're born shouldn't allow yourself to not show compassion to that evil. Yeah, I agree. Every group of people deserves their own land, and you can't just move a group of people into somewhere, no matter how like historically wronged they've been. You can't just move a group of people into someone else's land and start outnumbering the local population and start mistreating them. It's just not allowed. Everyone should have their own place. Free Palestine and free every city in Europe. Thank you for the $2, Daniel Walsh. Is BRYCE the final solution to MERAB? Yes. Yes, he is. Somehow BRYCE is going to submit MERAB. Yeah, I see it. Bedtime MMA thinks Prime Habib would have the best chance to beat Ilia in lightweight. He's the style to do it, but I can so see him getting chinned. But he is the style to do it. Because it's just aggressive wrestling, forcing it. But dude, McGregor scrambled it pretty well on Ally Quinter. I reckon Ilia would fucking chin him. You know? I actually think Ilia being a little shorter and stockier would be tricky for Habib. Impression of Dana hearing well after Vosgroen sleeps him. What? I can hear something crazy. However, Vosgroen laughs. There you go. Impression of Dustin evicting Chandler and his family. This is my house. I give it a 5. There you go. I give it a 5. She, man, you don't put us out on the street now. If you go to 128.09, Slim starts. I've seen the clip. People have sent me the clip online, yeah. And I think they've mentioned me before as well on like a golf video. People keep sending me stuff. So, dude, I'm just a fucking big deal. This is what you guys seem to not understand, is that I'm just a huge fucking deal. You know what I mean? Stop sending me the fucking AI guru videos on Instagram. Please. I'm sick of it. It annoys me. What's the better fight? Ilia's wife's probably from the streets. Alright, well, let's not assume. She might not be. What's the better fight? Topuria versus Islam or Topuria JDM? Topuria Islam. It's just the build-up's there for it, you know what I mean? Starved Kid's okay, but how dare they censor YouTube? I know, dude. Thank you for the $2. It's pathetic. Yes or no? BMF title fights should be at £165. Sure. No, they shouldn't at all. Silly, dumb idea. Thoughts on Roundtree crying on JRE about Ankalaev talking crap? Crying? He wasn't crying about it, was he? I didn't see him crying about it. Maybe he cried about it. I don't know. I don't know if he cried about it or not. So he didn't. Okay, so no, there's not. It didn't happen. Pointless. Thank you for the $5. I swear Maniz was getting threats against his life against IKRAM. They was tit for tat. Then he got hit with a jab he seen coming. With a jab that he seen coming, looked at him and covered up. Yeah, Maniz was like a fucking. He folded and like gave up against IKRAM Aliskerov. It was fucking wild. IKRAM Rat Liskarov fighting Yun Yong Park. Let's go Iron Turtle. I've got IKRAM Aliskarov, but I would like the Iron Turtle to pull it off, but I don't think he will, man. Woo Pig Suey is the Arkansas version of Roll Tide. Okay, that makes sense, actually. Perfect. Ozzy once unalived 17 cats. Don't feel bad. No, what did he do? Thank you for the $5. I heard he unalived one bat as well of 17 cats. Didn't Rakic versus... Maybe he did the cats to swallow the bat. I don't know. Didn't Rakic versus Mirzakhanov just get announced? Well, there you go. Thank you for the $5. I told you. I knew it. I called it to happen. I knew it was going to happen. His last KO loss was in 2017 too. True. You say that, but what about America? What fucking let America get mixed up and go to shit, mate. Not Europe, mate. It's our home. Impression of Dana's mother scolding him to fight announcements.
Dana, we've got to do the fucking fight announcements.
What? I don't want to fucking do them, alright? Alright, I'll fucking announce Aspinall versus Gone. What's up, folks? Big Tom Aspinall versus #1 contender. Yeah. This is the one. Get off my fucking back. That's how Dana laughs. Thank you very much for the 5. Piggy, please sing for me. No, I'm not singing for you, dude. Soon AI Guru will be more popular than real Guru. Dude, I'm coding an AI right now with one of my friends to do this. It's just my shoulders, my face, low quality. And I can just reenact the way I would react to questions. And then you won't be able to tell when I've eventually no longer streaming anymore. I could even do an AI fight companion with all of my quotes and sayings. That's the plan. Why does every other MMA creator just parrot your takes like 2 hours after you post them? I mean, they are often just the takes to have. But I kind of, I don't know. They don't. Sometimes I'd make videos after they do, and they do other videos. I mean, what else? They can't be copying me for doing prediction videos or reaction videos to fight announcements or, you know? Thank you for the 5. They're a consensus right takes to have, and I think they have them. I just kind of like set the foundation for MMA YouTube, I think. So it seems like they're copying me, when in reality, this is just the way that it is. Piggy, please sing for me. I don't know. I think Ilia is great, but I do think he is beatable on the feet. He is not perfect. He isn't. But I don't think a grappler is the way, but a great rangy striker. I think a powerful striker is the way. But I don't think it's Gaethje, because I don't think he has the technique for it. Guru, I think you stand out from other MMA YouTubers because you're funny as fuck. Thank you, man, but don't say it or I won't be. You can't be aware of it. You have to act like it isn't the case, you know. But thank you for the $5. Second City Saint. Without Craig Jones, BJJ has no chance to get big. True. Thank you for the $2. How do you have more subscribers than Ariel when people want to still act like they don't know who you are? Ariel's been around for longer, though. They've probably met Ariel in real life, but I think I'm shunned by the UFC. They would have reached... If the UFC didn't hate my existence, I would have been involved in the sport somehow by now. You know? Maybe if I didn't post the Jon Jones videos and stuff after they brought me onto the Countdown episodes. People forget, man. MMA Guru used to be in Countdown episodes. I used to be in Countdown episodes way back when. Some people forget, man. The memes have finally brought up Ilia never fights anyone in their prime. And I've been saying this for a minute. Paddy and him haven't fought anyone in their prime. Because people suddenly aren't in their prime when they lose to him. Holloway just had a stellar performance against Poirier. Before that, he knocked out Gaethje in one of his best performances of his career. But the second he got knocked out by Ilia, he wasn't in his prime. Even though for the first 2 rounds, Holloway looked on fire in the Ilia fight. Suddenly, he's not in his prime. Volkanovski loses to Ilia. Bad situation for him to take the fight. Just came back and beat Diego Lopez. He's the reigning champion, and most of you would pick him to beat every contender at featherweight. He lost. He's not in his prime. He won. He's back in his prime. Day. Oh, he lost again. He's not in his prime again. That was when he wasn't in his prime because you beat him. But if he would have beaten you, he would have been in his prime. If Holloway reclaimed the featherweight title and beat Ilia, he'd be in his prime. Shut the fuck up. And pussy ass fucking fans, dude. This guy's knocking out all your boys. Get over it. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the $2. Ilia sending Steiny flying was funny. Dude, I actually respect that he kept getting back up, though, because he got dropped a few times there. Like, some decent knockdowns. But Ilia was, like, impact knocking him down. I don't think he was concussing him. It didn't look like he was. Impression of Volk trying to tame Dan Hooker like he's a wild dog. Volk trying to tame Dan Hooker like he's a wild dog. But that's it. Go away. Shoo. Go and do your backyard fights or something, eh? Honey, get a fucking peanut butter or something. Thank you for this. Oh, look, it's Israel Adesanya. Huh? And then Dan Hooker runs away, I guess. Pay-per-view's expensive, dude. I owe you. Impression of gay Conor. Somebody fucking sniff a line out me gooch, mate. I don't know. Thank you for the 2.